view from the pier matched an old memory of mine. The color of the sky, the ocean, the sound of the wave. This is the first time in years I have coming back to this place.
Whoa, this brings back memories. How long has it been since we were here? We were second years in high school, wasn't it?
It would be 3 years ago. It was the summer of 2009.
Only 3 years, huh? It feels more like 10.
A lot has happened since then.
I see. Now that I think about it, you haven't returned to Yakushima since then either.
We leave the beach and follow a woodland path. The virgin forest is filled with lush greenery, and the air is cool and clean. We're headed to the remains of the ergonomics research lab.
You want to go to Yakushima?
Yes, if possible, that is.
I don't believe there's anything left there aside from warehouses, though.
Yes, I understand that.
I guess I have no intention of preventing you from going there. But may I ask why?
I have wanted to go back for a while now. That was when my sister's case began, so I thought that now would be a good opportunity. I wanted to see for myself what led to my birth.
I think it's a good idea.
Yukari-san.
Isn't it normal to want to know about things like that? We're talking about your roots here.
I see.
Actually, I was just thinking about taking a vacation too. That battle from the other day was a lot more grueling than I imagined it would be.
As Yukari-san says, it truly was a fierce battle. Because I was severely damaged, my maintenance had to go on for a good deal longer than usual, and I spent a long time in my repair bay. That's why I've been longing to feel the light of the sun. I'm unsure if Yukari-san knows that I feel this way, but she smiles.
Hey, Aigis, why don't we go together? And it'd be nice if we could stay at your summer house, like we went to before, Mitsuru-senpai.
Mitsuru-san smiles knowingly. She readily agreed to our
The
request.
last time we lived together was back when we were roommates during our 3rd year of high school.
You're right.
That brings back memories. I told you to stop being so overly polite because it made you stick out in class. And yet, you never did.
Remain scared. After passing through the forest, we reach a desolate area with debris scattered about. Could this have been the outer wall that surrounds the research site? The entire thing had collapsed and it's been overtaken by wild plant growth.
So this is the place.
I correlate with what I see with the data about the site, and I confirm that this place is where the combat testing ground had been. We pass through where the gates had been and proceed further inside. We walk through the facility for a while and an old white dog runs up to us and barks. I feel as if the dog isn't barking at us to warn us or frighten us away, but it's more welcoming us, greeting us.
A dog?
Try to match the dog to the data I have regarding Yakushima. Close referencing appearance, attempted to match vocal recording.
Snowy?
Huh? Do you know this dog?
No, not as such.
Quickly find a record of this dog. There's no doubt that this dog is Snowy, the same animal that my sister made friends with. It's still okay after all this year.
He appears to be the dog my sister became attached to in the past. It seems he can tell that I'm like her.
Huh?
I mean, how old is the dog? Well, he wags his tail and comes over to happily nuzzle me. He appears to be welcoming me, though we never actually met before. Can't communicate clearly with him the way I can with Koromaru-san. Still, his actions are easy enough to understand. I crouch down and gently pat
It
him.
would appear that this place and what happened here are part of my own roots after all.
What do you mean?
In the past, I thought that my ability to communicate with animals was just something that I could do. It didn't seem like the people at the lab had deciphered dog language, and even then, I doubted that such an ability was necessary for a weapon. I had thought it mysterious that I was capable of doing so, but it seems that my sister can do the same thing.
Huh. So are you saying that you inherited that function from Labras?
It's not really a function, per se.
I stop petting Snowy and stand up before taking a sweeping look around the area. Piles of debris, both large and small, are scattered about. The early summer shines down upon us.
It's probably something that was slowly nurtured among the 5th-generation units that were housed here. Behavioral traits, like having interest in things besides missions, get passed on. And then, interest in animals. And then, the ability to communicate.
I see.
After a long line of inherited system feedback, my sister gained that ability, and I, in turn, gained it from her. The reason I have a special rapport with dogs out of all animals is most likely because of that process.
Wow, that's pretty deep. If it goes that far, then you're right. It's not just some function that you were intended to have. It's more like a wish.
Yes.
Crouched down once more and pat Snowy again for a while. After that, I began clearing away the musty rubble that has been left unattended for so long. Snowy happily runs around the area that has been cleared off the rubble.
Still, for the ones before Labras who had hearts or wishes, it might be a bit sad that this place is left like this.
Just as Yukari-san sees, the carelessly scattered rubbles under this clear, beautiful sky only emphasize the loneliness of this place. Snowy barks once and runs through a small hole in the passage blocked by debris, then barks again as he's motioning to us to follow him. We see a shimmering yellow-green light shining through the hole he had passed through.
What's that?
We move aside from more debris to make a hole large enough for a person to pass through. What we find on the other side is...
Oh! Wow, it's super pretty here! What is this place?
It's a tall, cylindrical structure that looks like a greenhouse that reaches high above us. It seems this area was once indoors, but the ceilings have long since collapsed and the structure stands directly under the blue sky. The clear cylinder has literally acted as a greenhouse, allowing the area inside to grow lush green grass, trees, and vibrant flowers. Even birds and butterflies flee about inside. This place is something like a paradise out of a children's book. But these are all the remains of the anti-shock chamber, where Labras and the other units of her model has undergone battle tasks.
There are many plants here that only grow far to the south of this latitude. This building's windows seem to have coincidentally formed a greenhouse.
Take a closer look around and notice a large sword stuck into the ground in the center of the room. This unit that used this weapon is thought to have been destroyed, but the sword remained here, unchanged.
The number 024 is stamped into this. It may have belonged to a unit that fought here.
Oh, I see. It's kinda hard to believe that this place was once such a nightmare.
Once such a nightmare. As far back as my memories go, it's not wrong to say that this place was just as Yukari-san described it. And the way this room is now, it may be fitting to tribute to my sister who fell here, within this very chamber. The large blade here is more than half covered with a soft green moss, and small birds are using it as perch.
Hey, I guess. Let's ask Mitsuru-senpai to keep this place like it is.
Yukari-san.
And why don't we bring everyone else here from time to time? Let's bring Labras next time, too.
Why not? My power is your power. That's why I never forgot you all. As the loss of the anti-shadow suppression weapon, I will fulfill my duty to protect my companion and my sister, protect humanity, and create a future with your memories within me.
I'm glad I came here.
feel happiness in the depth of my heart and take a step forward. I raise my voice as loud as I can so it echoes through the entire chamber.
Everyone, thank you.
The chirping of the birds and the sound of the wave echoes on forever.